minash shaitanir rajim. We start a short coffee with CEO session with one and only Ikhtiar Baig Saab. He's a chairman of the Baig Group and is also a big CEO, a chairman, and especially a very inspirational success story. Today, he's especially spared some few more minutes with the CEO Club Pakistan and the management house. Sir, welcome, sir.
Thank you, Jaz.
Baig Saab, you are diversity. You are different heads. You wear. Just my first question is, you Pakistan nowadays is passing through very testing times of its history, especially economically and administratively. So, what is your understanding, Pakistan's, how we can turn around Pakistan's economy through these testing times? What are your take on Pakistan's economy, sir?
Well, from Federation of Pakistan Chamber of Commerce, I've been taking issues of the economic crisis with the Prime Minister, with the Finance Minister, with the Commerce Minister, with the Governor of State Bank. In a nutshell, I would just like to share with you that year 2019 was a year of challenges for national economy. And we had lots of ups and downs. We entered into IMF program. There was saying we should go, we should not go, and then the terms and conditions which the IMF has imposed with. Finally, now we have accepted the IMF program, and we have also successfully passed 2 reviews also, but there were some harsh conditions imposed upon. Because of those conditions, the inflation has gone up. The discount rate is 13.25. So the lending rate has reached 15-16%, which is discouraging the new investment in industries and industrialization in the country. Means lesser job creation, lesser opportunities for new jobs. But the main reason was to cool down economy by 2 to 3%. Why to cool it down? Because they wanted to reduce the current account deficit. We wanted to reduce the trade deficit. I just wanted to quote you, the trade deficit reached to $60 billion import and $21 billion export. So you was having a trade deficit of 38 billion. So it is about $3 billion every month, and that was eroding your reserves. Your reserve was depleting very, very fast, and that was putting a lot of pressure on Pak rupees. And that's why they also devalued Pak rupees by 50% in 1.5 years and 38% in 1 year. So the rupees has reached to 154, 155. But because of these measures, the import was discouraged and import reduced considerably.
Export couldn't.
Yes, the export could not achieve that growth momentum, because it is not only the rupee value. In export, the government has to release the refunds of the exporters which are pending for last 4 years, and that's disturbing their liquidity and causing serious liquidity crunch. The electricity, the power rates has gone up again, the lending rate has gone up, that increased the financial cost. And then when you have put regulatory duty on import, so import has become expensive. And by the way, we in Pakistan, our export is import based. We import raw material and then use raw material for making
input
export goods.
Expensive.
So if your inputs are becoming expensive, your import is becoming expensive, your manufacturing cost for export is also becoming expensive. So it was not just that you reduce the rupee value and get the exports boosted and increased. No, because the other factors has increased the export cost and the industrial inputs, and that has not allowed a quantum jump, a quantum boost in exports.
It means government on the one side, they referring the World Bank report and other reports, Pakistan's ease of doing business. But on the other side, the cost of doing business is getting higher and higher. Now, sir, my second question is a very critical question, because this we're talking about the macroeconomics indicators. I'm talking about the micro, poverty, unemployment, unemployability. These are the real challenges for the Pakistani young people, entrepreneurs, startups. What is your take? How we can generate entrepreneurship? How we can generate employments in Pakistan?
Because of the devaluation of Pak rupees, All
Solution
imports
क्या
have
है sir? What is the
increased.
solution of this unemployment?
Yeah, all increased. All imports increased. Petroleum products prices have increased manifold, and there is the inflation has gone from single digit to double digit. Now inflation forecast is 18-19% in 2020. So when you have 20 double digit inflation, to me it is a hyperinflation. महंगाई तो बढ़नी ही बढ़नी. Inflation, we have to bring down the inflation, but it is not easy. I don't see in next few months the inflation to come down. So the 2020 my forecast and intake is your inflation will be high. It will be about 18-19%. Your rupee value will be stabilized at 155, 154, 156, which is a good sign because it's come back from 160. Trade deficit will reduce because you have put regulatory duty or import of luxury goods, but all these things affecting your production of the vehicles. There are vehicles inventory which is unbelievable. Indus Motors and Atlas Motors. Now they're offering the newspaper registration costs and financing of the vehicles at their own account. So these things had giving a setback to the growth. Prime Minister is saying year 2020 will be year of growth, will be job opportunities, but I don't see so. 2020 will not be year of growth. 2020 might be year of consolidation, and for growth you have to reduce your discount rate from 13.25 to single digit, and then the lending rate will reduce, and that will encourage investor to invest, because on 15-16%, even if you put up any industry, it is not viable.
Sir, coming to the next part, again, apart from business scenario, again, another biggest challenge in Pakistan's business and economy, especially in the overall society, there is an ethical dilemma in the country. Everywhere, the question mark is ethics in doing the business. What is your take on ethical development, especially in the young entrepreneurs?
See, young entrepreneurs are our hope. They are the ray of the light I can see on the other side of the tunnel. They are the 60% charged, dynamic youth who can turn around the destiny of Pakistan if they are put in the right direction. Now, Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan has announced 3 priority sectors, mainly to the youths. One is IT, second is construction with low house costing, and third is tourism. So these are the areas which are the priority sectors for Pakistan, where government has brought some policies, and some more policies would be announced, encouraging investors to invest in these 3 sectors. Low-cost housing, the construction boom, when the people start, it is about 30 different sectors at a time. They get in the boost. You're talking about iron, you're talking about steel, sanitary, paint, cement, tiles, all these sectors. So low-cost housing is not only to help poor people have their shelter, to have their roof, but it will take up 30 different sectors of the economy, and it will create jobs. Second thing is IT. Yes, IT, we are way behind. India IT, when you look at and where we are, it's less than billion and a half dollar. Export is nothing, it's peanut. And then tourism, Prime Minister has already announced visas upon arrival for 80 countries and 160 countries. Now you can have visa through, it's an e-visa. So you don't have to go to the mission, and you can apply it and you get it online. So all these measures are good, but then you have to develop infrastructure. We have to develop hotels, 3-star, 4-star. I'm happy Swiss hotel chain was in Federation last month, and they wanted to open 3 and 4-star hotels in Gilgit and Baltistan.
Yeah.
So all these things are the ray of hope, but then the youth are the destiny of the nation in time to come, and very hopeful they will not disappoint us.
Inshallah, sir. My question is regarding the quality of education and the quality of skill development, because there is also agenda on the governments, because it is not the degrees, it is the skills that does matter. What is your take on the quality of graduates being produced by our so-called 200 plus degrees universities, and what the core competencies they are missing, these graduates?
See, I like these questions. Thank you so much. It is the real issue.
Yeah.
The industry academia linkage is a serious issue. Now, academia is producing, and there are thousands and thousands of graduates coming from the different universities. And on the other hand, industry is starving for the right people, and they are hiring foreign people, and they are hiring people, and then they are going for long trainings, which is costing additional to them and time consuming also. The reason is that our academia and the industry linkages are not very effective. The industrial people, the industrialists, top-notch industrialists should be on the academic board of governors, should be on the board to advise them the need of the industry. Then these students should go on internship in the factories, in our factories, to have the practical experiences and give a chance to industry to see what kind of students are being produced. But both are working in isolation. Now, academia is producing students, and the industry is waiting for the right people. So both are, starving to get the result, but the results are not there. The people are running pillar to post. They're not getting job because they don't carry the right kind of qualification, any skill and expertise,
Competence.
and competency. So I think this is a need that the industry and academia should have strong linkages. They should understand each other's needs, and then to prepare a curriculum.
What are three competencies when you, mashallah, you being a chairman, you interview graduates from a very good business school, you three competencies you look for apart from their degrees?
First of all, confidence and the qualification. This is number one. That we cannot compromise if the person is not qualified.
True.
You may hire a person not qualified.
He's qualified, but
then,
competence, skills, you look for. Okay, number one, confidence.
Okay. Then the person should be dynamic. He should be charged. He should
Motivated.
Good English and good corresponding skills. Okay. Nowadays, when I
very
get
good.
people,
These are business communication skills.
I see very poor skills.
True.
When you ask them, okay, write letter to our buyer in Istanbul and explain them the issues and the reason for price hike, the utilities prices gone up, and the financial cost has gone up. So please explain them the reason for our price hike, and they cannot, and they cannot express themselves properly. So that's sad, and not in all the cases, but most of the cases. So I think corresponding and communication skills is very, very important, and there, if you are below average, then you had it. True. You're not the right person. You are not the right person.
Very rightly said. No, sir. Next, my few questions regarding especially decision making, because the CEOs are the product, the chairman, whoever the big high profile CEOs, they are the result of the decision making. Because the decision making is a critical skill of our leadership development. What is the difficult decisions you took over the years and years? You are here.
We both brothers, my brother Ikhtiar Baig and myself, strongly believe in delegation of power.
Okay.
Like our CEOs who are working in the room, they have all the power to make decisions on time to time, on daily basis, and the policy guidelines are given to them. So within that time frame and within that policy guidelines, they make decision. If there's anything which they feel is not covered in those guidelines, or where they seek additional guidance, they come back to us. But not for routine or not for a regular decision making. They make their decision. And we wanted to encourage them in this habit because we want them to be very confident in making decision that they are making the right decision. If you interfere in every decision and we won't let them make a decision, they will never make a decision. So I strongly feel delegation of power with full authority to make right decision And even if they make mistake, then your duty should be to come and explain them where they went wrong. But then again, delegation of power is a must. You can try. The time is gone when there was a centralized power system working in organization. That's gone. This very obsolete and old orthodox system of working. These days, even when my son, this is why I should ask you. You're giving me parameter and guidelines, and we're making decision within them. Either you change the ambit and the guidelines,
True, sir.
or you let us make decision.
The point is taken. Leadership competence, leadership characteristics, traits, team, effective leader must possess to run the company successfully. Business leader, three
First,
competence.
The most important, vision.
Okay.
You should have a vision whereby you can foresee certain things which your staff cannot, with your colleagues cannot. And this vision comes with the knowledge, with the knowledge you can forecast. This vision comes with your connection, your exposure with the institutions you're working with. Like if I'm working with State Bank of Pakistan, I'm involved on monetary policy. When the day before yesterday, the advisor to the Prime Minister on Commerce was here in edible oil conference. We discussed, he gave a roadmap how he wanted to go about, and all these things giving me a lot of information to have a roadmap that can be shared with my colleagues and with my staff. So vision is the most important.
Second.
And the second thing is leadership, that you should have ability to listen to your people.
Wow.
There are
It's
certain
really missing.
people that they feel
really
it otherwise. They're not too comfortable and they're not too happy if somebody criticizes or somebody give their suggestion. I strongly believe, Ajaz, convince and get convinced is the best policy that filters everything.
Wow.
So you should have
The great leader you take.
the great leaders always, they have a good habit of listening to others, not only imposing what is in your mind.
True. Because they believe in the collective wisdom, not the individual wisdom.
Collective wisdom is the right word.
That's the
to use,
collective wisdom.
and that's the name of the game.
Yes, true. Sir, going forward, stress is a fact of life. I see hustle bustle in the life of the Baigs, and especially Ikhtiar Baig. You are running from here. You are, mashallah, you are really the people person. How do you manage, especially lot of stress, business stress, sarkari stress, other agencies, they are after the business people. How you manage your coping strategy of big stress, and look, still you are smiling.
The one answer is the time management.
Okay.
Now, I cannot stretch my watch to 25 hours. It will remain 24 hours.
24.
What I can do to get the maximum in 24 hours? A work of 30 hours. And that's called time management. Now, what we do, I go with my schedule.
Your diary.
And diary. Each appointment, which one with my wife, which one stag, where to be a gift to be given, a copy goes to my wife, a copy goes to my PROs, and because virtually every day I go 5-6 places. So you should know the destination where you're going. You cannot go and look for the venue. You will waste time. You will be late for others. I'm rushing for TV interviews, sometimes back to back 3-4 channels. You've seen it, but then time management is a must. It is the time management. It is the time management. It is the time management.
Rather, if you allow me, sir, I usually say it is not the time management only. It is a priority management.
Yes.
Is that the right word again?
You have to select which one.
Priority management.
Go first and which one to go later or not to go.
It is priorities.
But I try, because it's very hard for me, Ajaz, to write a regret letter next day.
True.
It is very heavy for me.
Because you're a people person.
To sign.
You're a people person.
I try my best. Even I go for a small time, but I try to be.
Big success. How do you define your mantra of success? People refer to Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. What is the Baig's success recipe?
Again, people say success is making a lot of money. I disagree.
Unfortunately, they are the only yardstick to measure the success.
I say success should be in toto.
Okay.
In toto means your wisdom should be rich. Not only your bank account, your wisdom, your character, your moral, your common sense, all should grow gradually and become rich. If you have made a lot of money, and when you open your mouth and you cannot express yourself, people say, "Oh yeah, ये बोलते नहीं तो अच्छा था." If that money is useless. So, to me, success and wealth and richness is not making just a lot of money. It is in total improvement, the growth, the development in all sectors of your life. In your approach, you should be more down to earth. You should be more humble. You should be more humble, more kind, and you should be more on giving end,
down to earth,
rather than receiving end. So in total, and of course, your presentation, your that express your personality is a vital part of it. But to me, success is not just one segment to achieve. It is in total to present your personality in all segment of life.
Rightly said. Sir, books, mashallah, you're a writer of the beautiful books. I'm just seeing your books, your biography.
I've written 9 books.
Especially this is your Limitless
Limitless Pakistan is my biography.
Biography. And
just biography or autobiography, only those people can dare to do it, those who are clean.
Very difficult.
Those who have a transparent, clean history.
Very difficult.
And it is very difficult to even admit that I'm a self-made. If I started it from zero.
Scratch.
I'm a self-made. But by the grace of God, with my mother's prayers, with me and Ishtiaq unity, hard work, and with good academic tools, strong academic tools, very strong academic tools. We've done doctorate from USA, America, and we have achieved what we are today. So this autobiography is about how we started and what we achieved.
Your journey.
The journey of success and the hardship we have gone through, the challenges we have faced with, but the parents' good wishes.
Before jumping to the last question, a difficult question hota hai, and I need the honest answer, sir. And just do you justify, because you have lot of work in your life, you are here, you are USA, you are Dubai, you are the businesses. Do you justify the work-life balance? Do you have any regrets that you have given the right quality time to your family, your kids, or you still?
Well, you feel you have the guilty sometimes.
Yes, this is my question.
While we are pursuing our career, we are running for the search of success. We ignored at times our family. We could not give that kind of time to our children, which they always dreamed. But now we give quality time. When I'm sitting with my children, whatever we discuss about their future prospect, about their career, my daughters, they've all studied abroad. My son did masters from Boston, Bentley University, and he was also in Harvard. Then my daughter did masters from Cardiff University, Cardiff, UK, and my third and the last daughter did masters in business management in McGill University, Montreal. And but they all are into different lines. Nobody has joined me. They had their set mindset. They wanted to start. My son said, "I don't want to follow you in your textile and leather, this traditional businesses." So he's gone to IT, he's gone to construction, capital market, and real estate development. Like I said, this law project.
MashaAllah.
One of the daughters said, "I wanted to open a school, Montessori," but she brought a Stanford curriculum.
Wow.
For Montessori, Stanford curriculum.
Awesome.
My third daughter said, "I wanted to go for yoga," and she went to Bali and all and did the courses. My other daughter went to Lausanne for finishing school, and she wanted to
It's
open
beautiful, Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland, and she did diploma in finishing international etiquettes and protocols. And she's made my wife's life miserable, and she always criticized, this is the wrong way of putting flowers and this is the right way of putting utensils on the table. But we gave them free hand to make a decision,
To grow.
and they have made their decision, which we respected. So I think it's very important that your children, not only you give education, but you let them make a right decision for themselves and support them.
They're empowered your kids. Last question, sir. Again, this is a question of inspiration and hope and optimism for the young entrepreneur, young startup, because you always propagate the entrepreneurship in Pakistan.
Yeah, sure.
What is your optimism? Because you, in the initial part of your talk, you said it's a really difficult time. So, what is your
My optimism-
message and optimism for Pakistani young people?
कि हर रात की बात एक सुबह है और हर अंधेरे के बाद उजाला है, और रोशनी की वो किरणें जो हम टनल के दूसरी तरफ देख रहे हैं, वो हमारा वो यूथ है जो पाकिस्तान का मुस्तकबिल है, जो पाकिस्तान की डेस्टिनी है, जो हमारा मुस्तकबिल है. और मेरे यूथ को एक मैसेज यही है that the success is bound to come, but if you work hard in the right direction, you should know your direction. You should be focused, not कोलू के बैल की तरह घूम रहे हैं. You should know the right direction. You should be focused. So this is number one, hard work in the right direction. नियत को कहते हैं अरबी में, नियत. Your नियत must be good, clean. हम लोगों ने आज तक बिलियंस की हमारी बिजनेस हैं, हमारा किसी ने कुछ एक आना नहीं खाया, हम हमारे पास हमने किसी का लिया. तो ये अल्लाह ताला. थर्ड चीज़ है पेरेंट्स की दुआ, और ख़ुसूसी मदर की दुआ. मदर की दुआ साया बन के आपके साथ चलती है. आज जो कुछ भी है अपनी वालदा की दुआओं की वजह से है. और आखिरी चीज़ है यूनिटी. मैं और इश्तियाक 35-40 साल से बिज़नेस में साथ हैं. शुरू भी साथ किया था, अब उम्र के लास्ट इनिंग में हैं, अब भी साथ हैं, रहते भी साथ हैं. कॉमन घर है, लॉन्ड्री बाउंड्री वॉल एक है, लॉन एक रखा है, जिससे एक यूनिटी रहती है. तो ये सब वो गोल्डन प्रिंसिपल्स हैं. लेकिन एक नसीहत भी है, नो शॉर्टकट.
लॉन्ग टर्म,
प्लीज़ गिव ड्यू टाइम टू योर टारगेट्स, कि जो भी आप फिक्स करते हैं. शॉर्ट टर्म जैसा आता है फिर वैसे ही शॉर्ट टर्म चला भी जाता है. हमने जो चीज़ 35-40 साल में रगड़ा लगा के 18 घंटे एवरी डे हासिल की है, वो अगर आप 2 साल में करेंगे तो वो इतना ज़्यादा रिलायबल नहीं होगा.
Sir, thank you very much. It's really great honor to have a special conversation with the one and only Mirza Ikhtiar Baig Saab. One thing I must share with you guys, that is the takeaway of this interview, of this talk, is the long term especially, and the prayers and the wishes of the elder ones. Please, and conclude मैं करता हूँ 2 चीज़ों पे. Every big success story is a name of 2 P's. The first is the pain and the second is the pride. तो माशाल्लाह बेग साहब इस पेन और प्राइड का एक कॉम्बिनेशन है. प्लीज़ वॉच दिस एक्सक्लूसिव इंटरव्यू है CEO Today TV.com और CEO Club Pakistan website and especially the social media pages. Stay with us. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.